Close your eyes. Imagine the arena. The grass is perfectly cut. The river flows gently in the middle. Two bridges connect north and south. It looks like a game, a simple pastime of kings and knights. But look closer. This is not just a game. It is a simulation of the oldest human conflict, the defense of sovereignty. Today, we are going to do something unusual. We are going to look at the colorful world of Clash Royale to understand a very serious reality, the mechanics of ice and border control. How does protecting a digital king's tower relate to the controversial policies of immigration enforcement? Forget the politics for a moment. Forget the noise of the news. Let's focus purely on the mechanics, the strategy, the flow. Because surprisingly, the principles that save you from a mega knight push are the same principles debating the future of national borders. In the game, you have 3 towers. In the real world, nations have cities and infrastructure. In the game, troops cross a bridge. In reality, people cross lines on a map. The stakes are different, infinite levels apart, but the logic of defense remains startlingly similar. Every player knows the golden rule, Elixir Management. You have a limited bar of purple liquid. You cannot spawn an infinite army. You must choose. This is the exact dilemma of any government agency, including ICE. Resources are finite. Think about the concept of a positive elixir trade. If your opponent sends a massive golem expensive and slow, and you defend with a cheap skeleton army, you have won the economic battle. You used less to stop more. Now apply this to the real world. Building a massive physical wall is like playing a golem. It is a huge, expensive, static investment. It drains the elixir of a nation. Is it efficient? Or is it acidly countered by something flexible like a ladder or a tunnel? A smart Clash player knows that static defenses like the bomb tower have a lifespan. They decay. Just like physical barriers require constant maintenance and budget. The lesson here is clear. True defense is not about the size of the wall, but the efficiency of the response. If a state spends 10 elixir to stop a 2 elixir problem, it eventually loses the game. The tower falls not because the enemy was strong, but because the defense was bankrupt. Let's talk about the push. In the game, you might face a hog rider, a unit that jumps over the river, ignoring the bridge. It bypasses the choke points. It represents the unpredictability of flow. In the geopolitical landscape, this mirrors unexpected migration routes. When a formal port of entry, the bridge is blocked, the flow does not stop. It jumps. It moves to the river, to the desert, to the sea. A bad player panics. They spam troops at the bridge, creating a chaotic mess. A grand champion player stays calm. They don't stop the hog rider at the river. They wait. They pull it. This is called kiting. You place a unit in the center to distract the enemy, pulling them into the kill zone where both towers can target them. In real-world terms, this is the debate between hard borders versus processing centers. Do you try to stop the force at the line, creating friction and crisis? Or do you guide the flow into a structured zone where it can be managed? The game teaches us that stopping a force dead in its tracks is difficult. Redirecting it is strategy. Geography is destiny. In the arena, placing a cannon 1 tile too far to the left can cost you the game. This is the importance of spatial awareness. The meta, the most effective tactic available, is always shifting. Consider the ICE strategy of surveillance towers and drones. This is the equivalent of the X-bow or mortar decks. Siege archetypes. You try to control the map from your side of the river, projecting power without crossing it. But every siege deck has a counter, air units, underground miners. The lesson from the arena is that no defense is impenetrable. If you build a deck solely to stop ground troops, you will lose to the air. This teaches us about the complexity of the border. It is not a 2D line. It is a 3D environment. Tunnels, drones, visas, digital data. A defense strategy that only looks at the wall is playing a game from 2016 in a 2026 meta. It is obsolete. The most successful decks are cycle decks, fast, adaptable, responsive. They don't rely on one big structure. They rely on constant small adjustments. Perhaps modern policy needs less golems and more quick adaptation. Finally, we must look at the players, the human element. In Clash Royale, we call it BM bad manners, using emotes to mock the opponent. Or we see good game, respect. When we translate game mechanics to real life, we hit a hard ethical wall. In the game, a skeleton is just code. It disappears. In the real world, the units are human beings, families, stories. Strategies like ICE often treat people like Elixir numbers to be managed, removed, or blocked. But the game teaches us something else. The king who protects his towers, but loses his honor. Is he really winning? The best defense in Clash Royale often leads to a counter push. By defending well, you create an opportunity to move forward. Perhaps the ultimate lesson for border policy isn't just about stopping people. It's about turning that energy into something else. Integration, growth, a positive elixir trade for society. Using the energy of the push to build a stronger kingdom, rather than just hiding behind a wall. So next time you drop a Tesla to stop a balloon, remember, you are practicing the ancient art of defense. Whether it's pixels or politics, the goal should not just be to survive the match, but to play a good game. Good luck.